Cindy Scott, and this is my sister Dawn Morgan, and we are the creators of Dessie the Train. And we're absolutely thrilled to have been asked to make this video, and we hope you've had a chance to watch it.
Well, here we are back in Brockenhurst station again. This is where we set Dessie the Train, and this line is very important to Sand and I because Sand lives 10 minutes in that direction in Lymington and I live 20 minutes in that direction in Totton. So we use this line a lot to travel through the beautiful New Forest to visit each other. This was the inspiration for Dessie. So what we're going to do now is go off into the forest and have a little chat and tell you more about it. So here we are in Setley in the middle of the New Forest, and we just wanted to give you a little background to how we came to make the film. It all started back in April, May of 2020 when we'd just gone into lockdown and we couldn't see each other, and we were wondering if there was something we could do remotely to fill our time and have a bit of creative fun together. And we made a little film and put it on Facebook. And shortly after that we were asked to create a bespoke film, and that's how it came about. So I'm wondering, Sam, can you tell us a little bit about the script, how you worked that through?
I can. I'm just interrupted here by Dessie, who's just running behind me. But yes, just going back to what Dawn was saying, we were looking at something where we could use our individual skills. So I was able to write a story and narrate it. Dawn was able to draw and animate, and we're both musicians, so we were both able to put some music together. So I'll talk about the characters to start with, and my starting point obviously is the train, and as the story is all about the branch line from Brockenhurst through to Lymington town and onto Lymington pier, I started my research looking at the trains that ran the line in the past. And I found via the Friends of Brockenhurst station that they had information on the steam train that ran the line in the past and the slam door Lymington flyer, which I remember very well, and it's a lovely train. So the current train that's just passed us by is actually a Dessie 450 electric unit, and I was thinking, how can I make a character out of a unit? So then I was thinking more about the Dessie name, and it turned into Dessie, which stuck, and I really liked it, and we really liked it. And then from there on I was thinking, oh yes, Dessie, she's a hard-working electric train. And she obviously goes up and back all day long, and at night she loves her sleep. So that was my character, Dessie. And then there's sort of three main characters in the film. So the second character is Morgan, and Morgan is the cheery train driver. And I picked the name Morgan because it's Dawn's surname, so that worked really well. And Morgan absolutely loves cycling to work in the morning. He's got an important job to do, but he's always happy, and he has a special role in that he's always the first person to look at the rota in the morning. And the third is Jasmine the guard, and she actually she's very customer centric. She loves people, she's very friendly and helpful, and she's also very efficient. So they're the three characters in the film, the main characters. And then came up with some extra characters such as the fisherman, the ferry master, Fern the station master at Lymington town, and who else have we got? Mrs. Bracken, she loves the forest. Well, there's the crab and the squid as well, of course, and they came about because a few years ago my husband John and I saw a fisherman down at the quay unloading his boat, and he was unloading crates into his van. So we had a look in, and the crates were full of squid and spider crab, and it was absolutely fascinating. So they are in the story. So over to Dawn now to tell you a little bit about how she brought the characters to life.
Well, of course, I had the challenge of drawing the images that were already in Sand's head, which was interesting. So Dessie, of course, is our main character, and it was challenging to build features on a face that doesn't have a mouth, which is kind of a main expression point. So I had to play about with the eyes and do lots of eye rolling and that sort of thing. Dessie went through many different forms before we settled on a nice cute face with a little freckles.
And the freckles were the lights, weren't they?
The freckles were the lights, yes, that's right. So that was fun. So the way I worked was to hand draw all the drawings, with a pen on paper, then I'd scan them in, and then I could edit them digitally, and then I could bring them into the film and manipulate them that way. So many characters, lots of characters to bring to life, which was great fun experimenting with all the different areas. So Sand, back over to you.
So just putting the script together, when we talk about the branch line, I really wanted to describe the beauty of the forest, and I don't know if you've ever been on that 10-minute train ride, but it's really quite stunning. So it leaves Brockenhurst and goes out through the forest here, past the ponies, and it goes on down to Lymington town, and then a beautiful part of the journey is on past the quay and on to Lymington Pier station, where you've got the Isle of Wight ferry. So I wanted to describe those and make sure also that I had the safety features in the film, because I was given some important information to include, such as standing behind the yellow line on the platform, making sure you take your seats before Dessie leaves, and minding the gap between the train and the platform edge. So I included all of those, and then we had the task of trying to bring it live with our photography. So over to Dawn on that.
Yeah, we had two separate photo shoots going in opposite directions. I covered Brockenhurst station and around that area. We had to wait for a lovely sunny day and make sure the conditions were right to get those lovely vibrant pictures of the New Forest to complement the black and white drawings that would sit in the foreground of our film. Yeah, so Sand maybe can talk about her photography session over Lymington side.
Yeah, so I had the job of filming at Lymington Pier, Lymington town, and out in the forest here, which was absolutely lovely. But one of the biggest challenges, as Dawn said, is the weather, and I would quite often just be looking out the window, and the minute I could see there was some blue sky coming, I'll be dashing out to try to get the right picture. And obviously also where it's a train, getting the angles of the rail was also quite a big consideration. But in the end we got them all, and we were happy with our pictures.
And then of course we thought we need some background music for this. We need a little theme tune so we could put it at the beginning and maybe right at the end. So Sand, who's very clever at that sort of thing, set about work. How'd it go?
Well, I don't know, I'm very clever about it, but I was very determined. So first thing I did is I went and I observed the train.
Oh,
is that the
he's
train?
coming again.
That's good timing.
That's Dessie coming.
So I watched it. I watched the speed. This is perfect timing.
Yeah.
To think about how fast I wanted the music, and she travels quite quickly. I can't believe this is timing. And the second thing I did was I know that when she comes into Lymington town station, just before she gets there, there's a footpath and then the level crossing, and she makes a sound with her horn. And I went down there to try to capture this because I wanted to incorporate it into the music somehow, and I kept missing it with my phone. Anyway, I'd missed it on another occasion. I thought I'm just going to sing the intervals into my phone, so I just went doo doo, and then I dashed home, and then I got my violin out because I didn't have a piano at the time, found the two notes, and then wrote them on the manuscript. So they were always going to be included in the music, and if you listen to sort of the second part of the music, you will hear that sound, that interval. So it goes do 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 do. And while I was writing it, I was also thinking about lyrics, which I haven't actually used that in the film, but that particular part was see her, hear her, she'll tell you she's coming, she'll squeak and she'll sound. So that's how I came up with the music, and obviously developed it from there. Wrote it out onto manuscript, and then the magical moment happened when I asked Simon, my brother-in-law, if he could actually key that into his music program, and which he did, and we saw it coming out, and then it played it back, and that was our first first hearing of the tune as I'd written it. And then we had the opportunity then to review it, and then I took it home. In fact, I actually bought a piano so I could then play it through and tweak it. And I haven't played piano since I was very small. We both had piano lessons. So I was very determined to accompany Dawn on clarinet. So that was my next part, trying to learn it and get it up to full Dessie speed.
Well, it was great because obviously Simon, my husband, is a music teacher, so he was perfectly placed to write
Yes,
all this
indeed.
down for us and printed out proper sheet music. And it
Yeah.
was, wow, look at this, what you've produced, Sand. Fantastic. So then, of course, we had to set about recording our individual music parts. We were living in different houses, so that was also a challenge. But again, we practiced loads and played through different versions of it to make sure we got the phrasing of it in a way that Sand had intended, and that's what you hear today. So that's pretty much everything about our film.
Well, hang on a minute. What about your lovely sound effects on clarinet?
Oh, then okay. So then I portrayed Sand's doo-doo of the train coming through
On clarinet?
on clarinet.
And what about the groanworthy, the joke?
Oh yes, the joke as well at the end, and I tried a few different examples. I can insert that in here actually. There was a clip of me practicing that, so here it comes.
Oh, that was great fun, Dawn. Well done. You did a brilliant job. Thank you. You really brought the characters to life. It was lovely. So that's it. We hope that's given you a little insight into how we made the film, and we're very proud of it, and we love Dessie, and we hope you enjoy the film and get to love her too. Thanks then.
Thanks for watching. Bye.